Alright everyone, there's a link in the description of this video if you want to see some really epic whining, but I'll read out the 3 tweets by Tedwheeler. Little Tedwheeler, the Portland mayor, he's very upset right now. Let me just read this because it's fucking absolutely hilarious. Just a second. It'll be a laughing time. Here's his initial post. I continue to support and encourage demonstrations calling for racial justice and police reform. Well, BLM and Antifa, of course, aren't interested in that, but we'll get past that right now. I condemn the criminal destruction that occurred last night at the Multnomah County building. Now, let me just briefly respond to how fucking brain dead this is. And of course, all 3 of these were vastly ratioed. And there's a reason for that. And it isn't just because people in Portland think that this dude's a turd. Trust me. Half of them don't even know the name of their mayor. At this point, they don't really have an acting mayor. It's not really doing the mayor thing. Let me ask this. You condemn the criminal destruction that happened at this particular building. What about all the other buildings that have been subjected to criminal destruction for the last 2 fucking months, Ted? Little tiny Tedwheeler. And he follows this up because he decided to go on a tweet storm whining and begging people to stop. The irony is not lost on me. It's not lost on me either, so I would agree with him here, that the building that's damaged is a center for community engagement where people can access their local government and a place that offers services and equipment that the people of Multnomah County need. They don't fucking care. You think BLM and Antifa fucking give a shit about community access? They want people, they want bread lines, dude. The communists. They literally want people to suffer. If people weren't suffering, their grift would be up. If there weren't racism, BLM couldn't exist to make money off of people. And since there are no fascists, Antifa just declares everyone to be a fascist now, so they can just, throw punches forever as local DAs refuse to prosecute them because Soros has deep pockets. Trust me. Tweet number 3, again, ratioed heavily. The work that we are being called to do is to make the community safer. This type of destruction makes the community less safe. Meanwhile, not a single goddamn word about all of the other casualties of Portland. No, it's just because this is a government building. He condemns that. Well, now we have to rebuild it. I liked going and getting blowjobs in the back room back there from underage people. Probably Tedwheeler's really concerned about. Yeah, because you almost exposed the rape dungeon in the basement. If you had destroyed the building, people would know all the skeletons in my closet, literally, or something. That's probably what this relates to. And he looks like the kind of jerk that would be involved in that sort of weird shit. But I mean, the dude's a fucking total lunatic. Your city's been burning for 2 months. All of a sudden, he found one building that he cares about. What's so special about this particular fucking building, Ted? Maybe somebody should do a sweep of it sometime, hire a PI. It's sort of like when Lori Lightfoot says, well, you're not allowed to protest on my block over in Chicago. Sister city to Portland in the politically ideological sense. And the city's been burning for days. You've got riots and looting. You've got a million pieces of footage just from Andy Ngo of the riots that are going on in Chicago. And all of a sudden, Lori Lightfoot has enough. You're not allowed to have these peaceful protests of looting and violence, tolerance and diversity, which I'll smash together by the far left at this point, around my house. Rules for thee, not for me. My block is safe. I don't see any riots going on, says Lori, as smoke rises up in the background, because the buildings around me are too tall for me to see 2 blocks away. It'd be funny if the rioters decided to ignore that particular dictate and protested out on her front lawn anyway. It'd be funny if they ignored Lori Lightfoot's dictate. I hope that it pisses them off just enough so they fucking do. Like when they showed up at the mayor of Seattle's house that time, or tried to, and she was all pissed. She's like, that's not acceptable. She had nothing to fucking goddamn say for 6 weeks prior when other people were having their businesses destroyed, when other people were having their homes violated. Meanwhile, Tiny Tedwheeler here, he doesn't even want people to be able to effectively defend themselves. Well, this is criminal destruction. You're hurting stuff that helps community engagement, helps the things that people of the fucking county need. They don't care, Ted. So are you ignorant or are you lying to people and pretending to be ignorant? Because those are really the only 2 fucking choices. That's really what it boils down to. I love the hypocrisy. 2 videos today just on the subject of mayors being hypocritical. And they both happen to be extreme far-left Democrats, by the way. That's not a coincidence. That's about all. Peace out.